It has been over 2 years since North America looked on as many countries in the East were experiencing the trauma of COVID-19. When the first cases hit the United States in January 2020, we were hit with the sudden realization that this pandemic is not avoidable. As the entire world went into lockdown, governments worldwide jumped into action to attempt to salvage economies and their citizens' mental health. In the United States, ESSER Funds became a part of this quest for normalcy and reconciliation. We now know that this journey back to the life we knew before is going to take a lot longer than originally expected. But Flexxform is a part of this journey, and we are prepared to assist in the fight against COVID-19. In this video, we'll be going over what the ESSER Funds are and how they can be used to assist students and educators. From that, we will go on to how Flexxform fits into all of this. Let me start by explaining what the ESSER Funds are. The original ESSER Fund was a part of the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act. This act set aside $13.5 billion for the emergency relief in schools. It began its distribution in May of 2020 and was finalized in September of 2021. But there were two more packages that followed this. The second ESSER Fund was passed under the Coronavirus Response and Relief Supplemental Appropriations Act. This allocated an additional $54.3 billion. Its distribution commenced in March of 2021 and will continue through till September 2022. And the final fund was passed within the American Rescue Plan Act, adding just under $122.7 billion to the previous funds. Distribution of these funds started in May of 2021 and will continue through until September 2023. To explain further, the U.S. Department of Education has a very comprehensive table explaining exactly what these funds can be used for. In one sentence, it states that the original ESSER funds were to be used for preventing, preparing for, and responding to COVID-19. With the development of the second set of ESSER funds, it was stated that they could continue to be used for the reasons the original funds were set out, but it also gave the addition of compensating for hiring new staff and avoiding layoffs. The third and final package was created obviously for the same reasons as the first two funds, but it also stated that each LEA must reserve at least 20% of the final ESSER funds allocated to them to address learning loss. It went on to state that this was to support the implementation of evidence-based interventions, giving examples of summer learning programs, extended days, etc. It continued on to mention that the funds were to respond to students' academic, social, and emotional needs and address the impact COVID-19 has had on students. Wow, that was wordy, right? Essentially, all three ESSER packages are to be used to attempt to rein in and control the spread of and/or the impact of COVID-19. But what does this have to do with Flexxform? We have found at least 3 ways our products support the needs that the funds are bringing to our attention. The reasons are providing mental health services and supports, improving school facilities to help reduce the risk of virus transmission, and assisting with the addressing of student learning loss. Let's dive into this deeper. So pre-COVID, many schools found it a struggle to address mental illness within their students, but an opportunity has presented itself with the ESSER funds. Studies show that there are at least 5 factors in specific environments that can affect mental states: aesthetics, sensory, people, cultures and values, and familiarity. A huge part of these factors are what the person's 5 senses are experiencing, what they can see, touch, smell, hear, or taste, which obviously doesn't apply to this. But all of these are known to have a direct impact on a person's frame of mind. Flexxform can't provide better lighting, it can't provide a better view outside a window, but what it can provide is comforting furniture that can positively impact a student's disposition, which, as mentioned before, plays a large role in impacting their mental health. Having an outward environment of comfort and ease will not cure mental illness, but it is known to assist in alleviating some of the inward discomfort. And this is where Flexxform can provide tools. We take pride in our products being designed to ensure every user is comfortable, whether it be a child or an adult. Not only just standard lounge seating, but we also have product lines that can be used with different relaxation techniques like de-escalation and pressure therapy. A key factor built into every one of Flexxform's products is cleanability. Here are a few specific examples. The first is we stock and recommend the JNS Challenger vinyl. This vinyl is bleach cleanable, healthcare grade, but not only bleach, this vinyl can be cleaned with many different disinfectants and cleaners. This ease of cleanability plays a huge role in reducing the risk of virus transmission. The second is that we have a full graded-in program that is made up of healthcare-grade, easy-to-clean vinyl and high-performance fabrics. Although we recommend vinyl for the cleanability factor, a lot of our graded-in fabrics, specifically ones from Luna, are also bleach cleanable. Again, this assists in reducing the risk of virus transmissions. And finally, every seam in every Flexxform product is double-stitched with the use of India tape. India tape is an adhesive that, when stitched alongside the upholstery, fills in the microscopic spaces between the thread and the upholstery. This provides a barrier against bedbugs, bacteria, and liquids. Flexible seating has become a common term amongst educators, but not all will acknowledge that this could immensely assist in addressing student learning loss. These flexible seating settings support students in their learning by allowing them to take control of their surroundings, in turn encouraging them to take control of their learning. Generally speaking, flexible seating will include some form of soft seating. This speaks to students who feel the need to be comfortable and relaxed in order to focus. Not only that, but since the end of the 2019-2020 school year, students have been learning from home. This means they've been completing their schoolwork on their bed, a couch, perhaps even the floor. The transition from learning on the comfort of their own bed or couch to a standard hard task chair with a hard desk could be hindering their learning, with the loss of external comfort. There are a few factors hindering students who have experienced learning loss, and Flexxform provides a solution for each. The first factor is simply being uncomfortable. Asking a student who has been sitting or perhaps lying on a couch or a bed to complete their learning to sit on a hard chair could be asking them to take a step back. As mentioned earlier, Flexxform is all about creating comfortable seating for both children and adults. The second is social anxiety. With the lack of social interaction throughout COVID-19, many children are being faced with an obstacle they will have to overcome: interaction with others. Without standard interaction over these last years, many young people have found it a challenge to fit in socially, and this leads to social anxiety. Putting socially anxious students in an uncomfortable environment simply heightens the anxiety. In contrast, providing a comfortable physical environment with the assistance of soft seating, children are automatically put at a physical ease, which can translate to lower anxiety. And the final factor is simply the strain of COVID-19 in general. Obviously, COVID-19 has added to everyone's anxiety, the combination of fearing the unknown and fearing the virus itself. Many people have seen added anxiety and worry. Although we attempt to shield them, children can sense this, and generally it leads to them taking on these feelings as their own. And again, Flexxform can provide a calming, comfortable physical environment that will assist educators in easing the anxiety of their students. All three of these factors which Flexxform can help with are only the start of attempting to bring in reconciliation after what COVID-19 has brought on families, individuals, educations, and businesses. And although complete healing will take time, the point of the ESSER Funds is to get a head start on that healing process and find some form of normalcy again. What better than cleanable sofas that will not only assist the stopping of transmission of the virus, but support educators in easing the emotional strain felt by all in these uncertain times. Be sure to check out your respective state's Department of Education website to learn more about how ESSER Funds can assist you and your customers. And of course, we are always here to help. Feel free to reach out to us at any time.